Here are 5 steps to trading consistency. We're gonna go through a seminar today. We built a 5-step process for you to get consistent in your trading. I'm so tired of the trading space, so I just created this seminar because I wanted to share all the failures from the last 100 years. I've been trading for almost 9 years now, and I'm just so tired of it that I just want to create something more real. Something more real in the trading industry. And I want to show you a little bit more about what I believe consistency is really about and what sustainable trading really means. So come with me for this hour and we'll go through this workshop together, and I hope you get something out of it. And if you like this video, just comment down below whatever you think about, if there's anything you don't agree with, so we can discuss it. And please leave a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Thank you. All right. Feeling good, caffeinated. I'm fucking ready. I noticed the microphone is not like 100%, but we're gonna stick right through it. So this is one of my #1 favorite things to talk about: sustainable trading, consistent trading, what it is, why I wasted so many years. I'm trading for 8 years, 9 years soon. So this is my gift to you. Why most traders fail and how you can fix it today. The way I look at trading is from a view of sustainability, from a view of being able to execute on a long term, like basically being able to trade for a year without wanting to give up, without feeling all these emotions, but more so putting trading down from its pedestal and enjoying it for what it is, and enjoying it for the job that it is for you. So how to build a sustainable trading lifestyle. I always look at trading from a view of sustainability. So who am I? I'm a trader. I trade a US market. I've been trading DAX for the last 7 years, but I recently moved to the US markets. I'm a coach. I help experienced traders. I don't love working with beginner traders because I feel like they need to go through a couple of things before I can even help them, before they understand what they actually are having a problem with. So most of these people that are beginners, I just send them to my coach, the guy who taught me how to trade really well with price action. I run a trading Instagram, I run this YouTube, and I just try to share as much knowledge as I can. I do also have a product, and I will share more about that at the end of the seminar, but you don't really need that if you don't want to. If you just go through these 5 phases and you go through it for yourself, that'd be good. If you want to work with us after you've been through this seminar, feel free to hit us up, feel free to send me a message, or you can just book a call with us after. But let's go through the seminar. So the 5 phases consistency. These are the steps that I came up with from working with a lot of people, being around a lot of traders, a lot of failing traders, and also losing for several years myself. So what to expect? First of all, why you're not consistent. So that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the 5 steps to consistency, why most traders fail, prop firms, how to find your edge and withdraw money from prop firms or your personal account. So let's just start with why you're not consistent. I did not know that we would just jump on all the pictures, but now I'm sorry about that. There are 3 things to why you're not consistent. So let's start with greed. Greed in a sense of even being profitable and making money in trading, and you're not happy with it. You're not happy with making $1,000 a month, $2,000 a month. You're having to go from 1K to 10K. We're gonna talk about that later, but just greed. Greed is one of the biggest components to why a lot of traders like this, building this massive ego around your trading and thinking you're the king. I was doing that for many years, but the problem was I was building the ego, but I didn't have a structure to build it on. I didn't have like a solid base to like, okay, yeah, actually I've been profitable for 1 year. No, it's like I've been profitable the last week, and I'm building this ego. I'm the best in the world. So number 2 is lack of clarity, which is so important. That many people, they think that they have a really good process. They think they have a strategy, but as soon as they don't understand their process, they're like, oh yeah, the market is shit, or this is shit, or I was doing this, or I'm not patient enough, I'm not disciplined enough. But in reality, you don't even know what your edge is. You don't know what your strategy is. A strategy means, you should be able to say, this is an A trade, this is a B trade, or this is a no trade at all times. You should always know if your edge is present or not. It's one of the most important things, actually. And then number 3 is trading for stimulation. And that is basically like most people trade because they want stimulation. They're not trading because they want to be the best trader in the world. They don't want to make $100,000 in a month. They don't want to do that really, because the actions are not really showing that. You're not actually understanding what are the good traders doing. You're not reaching out to prop traders. You're not reaching out to big traders and asking them, like, what did you do? You're not reading the right books. You're only trying to find the next fun thing that some cool trader with nice P&Ls on his Instagram does. And this is the problem with the trading industry, is that we're led by people who know nothing else but marketing. And they never traded, they never actually traded. So this is before the workshop right here, and this is after the workshop right here. So you're gonna be super strong, super consistent. This is what we're gonna do. All right, let's jump right into it. The moment you stop trading for the stimulation and start trading for results, everything changes. I like to look at it like this. You have to have some sort of a lens. You know, like a camera, you look through a lens and you have a specific lens for whatever you're looking for or whatever you're trying to shoot. Just like in the way you're trading, it's like, what do I actually want? Do I want to just be able to post really cool P&Ls on my Instagram? All right, fine, do that. That's awesome. But most of the people that I talk to and most of the people that, like, the way they say it is that I want freedom. I want to have a monthly income. I want to quit my job. I don't want to have a boss. But for most of people, like that's like $2,500 a month for them to replace their job or their costs of their living. But then they're still trying to aim for $40,000 a month. So think about what you really want. And that is so important, because if you're trading for stimulation, which you are if you're not actually looking through trading through the lens of some sort of like sustainability or consistency or like a monthly income, like, how can I make a monthly income from my trading? That could be a question. And then you think about everything. It's like, how can I make a pre-trading routine that's the best? How can I handle my trading the best? Maybe I should take one trade a day, because then my emotional investment is not as big. This is also a pretty interesting thing. Like, if you never even watch the statistics of the best traders, like, what are you doing wrong? What are you doing? Why are you not serious about your trading? So the top prop traders, they average 5 or less trades per week. It means 1 or less trades per week. That's the top prop traders, the top 5%, top 10%. An average TP is of less than 2R. Think about that. So that means that the top prop traders have a higher win rate. And not successful traders, they have an average of 6 or more trades per week. They have an average high TP, high risk to reward. So my view of it is bigger target often lead to smaller win rate and unsustainable drawdowns. And it's not the drawdown itself, it's the way you act in a drawdown. Most people, when we have these prop firm accounts, they already feels like fake. And when you go into a drawdown, you stop caring about the account. You care less and less and less and less, which means higher size, less quality trades, everything like that. So I advise having higher win rate, lower risk to reward, like aiming for 1.5, 2.0, whatever your backtesting data says, and just keeping a win rate above 45, 50%. And if you can do that, amazing. Now you can trade prop firms. That's really nice. So consistency, in my view, which is one of my biggest statements, is that it's all about executing your system. It has nothing to do with anything else. It doesn't have to do anything with profits, losses, anything. The only thing it has to do with is how well you can execute on your system. And this is where the system problem comes in, because if you don't have a system, well, you can't be consistent. It's an elephant in the room. In most rooms, is that this elephant is there and you're like, oh yeah, actually I don't have a system. And as soon as I start asking you about your system, you're gonna be like, I don't have it. I don't really know. I suck. No, you don't suck. You just don't have a system. All right, so here are the 5 steps to trading consistency. So number 1, build your foundation, build your base, find your edge, master your emotions. And it's not in the way that like you think, like the normal stuff. It's not about that. Scale strategically and build proof. And my favorites are step 3 and step 5, because those are I never heard about it before, but for me it's like it's so important. So let's start with number 1. I don't know why everything is just popping up. So consistency begins with routine. Consistency builds starts with a system, and it's not just a system in your trading; it's a system in every area of your life. Pre-market routine. That means for me, that means breath work. That means charting. That means going through all my good trades, bad trades, seeing if how I'm feeling today, if there's anything, how my sleep was, and if that's check. All right, during market routine. What's my during market routine? For me, that's like, all right, I got to be aware of, what's the market environment? How am I feeling? Do I need to take a break? How many more trades do I have? I trade only maximum 2 hours per day. During market routine, how do you keep yourself at a peak performance mindset? Post market routine, that's a little bit more just like validating what you did well, gratitude, putting in your trade stats, etc. And then also, if you had a bad day, it means also regulate your emotions and releasing that pressure of your trading. And then also very important ones like health routine. It's what kind of diet do you eat? Do you drink caffeine before you trade? Absolutely not. And also about emotional regulation, meditation, yoga, training, how you put up boundaries, all these things. Those are super important for trading. And I like to think about trading in a way of, I'm in a very important meeting when I trade, and no one can bother me. No one talk to me when I trade. They don't talk to me 1 hour before. I don't answer your text messages. That's just the way it is. That's my meeting. It's a very important meeting, and you have to think about it like that, because if you don't think about it like that, you're gonna stay at this point where you're like, all right, I just have one account because I don't even believe I'm worthy of trading bigger size. Maybe you're trading $50 risk now, or like $5 risk or $100 risk, whatever. But just think about that you're always using 10 times more capital than you are, and like ask yourself, would I do this if I had 10 times more capital? Would I still drink coffee and trade for my pajamas if I had 10 times more? That's everything around trading, and all the structures around your trading. So number two is about finding your edge. And it's not always about strategy. And many times, like if you just have some sort of knowledge, most people that we work with, they already have a structure, they have a strategy. It's not really working in all the ways, but most of the time, all you need is a little bit of clarity. And you need to understand why you don't like to trade it in certain situations. So for example, Sasha, the only thing he needed was, he had a really good strategy. There was nothing problem with him. All we added was accountability. So from our virtual risk management, which is basic, think about you're trading right here and you have a coach over your shoulder that knows your strategy and will call you out if you're not trading in a way that you should. That's what we build our whole trading system around when we help traders, is you have a coach behind you watching you trade. So that added accountability, Sasha found his edge directly. Like there was never a problem. The first week he came out to us and he was like, yeah, I haven't had one single problem trading, and it's been a very profitable week. That was his only fix that he needed. For Yas, for example, what we did with him was we deleted his C setups. So the only thing we did was clarify A, B, C setups. And then we just deleted the C setups. And then he found his edge directly, because now he was profitable because he wasn't taking these shitty trades. And for me, I stopped trying to run trades because they were creating emotions for me in my trading. So I was like, all right, what if I just take 2 to 1? Always. So I increased my win rate from 32% to 50, 55%. And there was, and I also used, of course, a virtual risk management, but it doesn't matter. What I'm trying to say is that many times the edge isn't even in the strategy. The strategy is working. You can check this by just going back the last 30 days and checking your strategy on all days and see if you were profitable. And then you got to compare that to the results that you're having right now and see if, all right, is this correct? And if it's not, it means you just can't execute on your edge, which means you probably, number one, you're not clarified enough, and two, you don't have enough accountability, or you've programmed your mind in a way that's not in a way aligned with your edge. So if you don't know your edge, you are gambling. I made a video about this, but it means that gambling is hoping. And that's the same thing. If you don't have a strategy, you don't have a system that you know your edge, you don't know your stats on it, you're hoping that it's going to be good. You don't even know. So you're gambling. Great. I'm gonna take some coffee. Okay, the coins are dancing here, but so mastering your emotion, it's not about suppressing them, it's just about understanding them. And this is super important, and I love this. And I don't see a lot of traders talk about this. It's like it's always about, and this is how you can see how traders are fake. If they say, oh, you gotta push down your emotions, you gotta do this. But emotions come, they're always going to be there. Like that's the way you're hardwired. But what you can do is get aware of them. You can get aware of the triggers that trigger your emotions. It's like, for example, when you're with your partner and she makes you angry. Okay, let's just say she makes you angry and you get really angry. You're like, oh shit, I got angry again. But then you got to understand what triggered this anger. It's like, oh yeah, actually I didn't eat for 6 hours and I had really bad sleep. Those are emotional triggers. And now tomorrow you'll eat and you'll sleep better and you won't get angry. So we're not trying to like fix the side effect, which is like the emotions right here. We try to fix the base of the problem. All right, thumbs up, great. All right, so some more examples. So triggers, we have, so the way you do it is basically like you find awareness of your triggers and then you create a solution. So first you just become aware of the triggers and then you change the behavior. An example here, which I wrote down, which trigger is after 2 losing trades, I size up to bigger size. And the solution to that could be always knowing what trade I'm on. If I take one loser, I take a 5-minute break. If I get one more, I take the rest of the day off. So that's basically all we did there, was bringing awareness to it and then having a solution to it. So understanding that, okay, I'm at one losing trade now, and I know that if I take one more losing trade, I'm going to have a bad time, which means I know that when I click on the second trade, I will just shut off my computer when it's done. One example is if I get 2 triggers during the trading day. So one could be FOMO. I feel a little bit of FOMO and like I missed a big move. And then the second trade will go to almost to TP and then stop me out. I know that if I continue to trade there without a big break in between, I know I'm going to tilt because I do that every time. So by me recording my trading sessions and having a virtual risk manager, it's always like we find these triggers and we become aware of them and then we create the solutions. And in these solutions, we put them into our system. So for me, example, when I have one FOMO trade, I take a 5-minute break. If I have another trading thing, that's either a break, a longer break, a 10-minute break, or I size down so that I can still handle my emotions and continue to trade for the day. And if I feel like I'm very itchy, I'm very nervous after this, it's again awareness. And then I also know it's like, all right, if I feel too itchy, I'm still like this, I will just take the day off. So let's just go into scaling strategic. I just can't say it. I'm sorry. So all we want to do here is we want to create an A trade and a B trade and a no trades. That's what I like to do. I also have an A++. Those for me, they show up like every 2 weeks. That's when everything is aligned. The stars are aligned. The sun and moon has been into Jupiter. So we just scale up on the A setups and then we scale down on the B setups. So let's say you always took 1% in risk, or let's say $100 in risk. So what we want to do now instead is that on your B trades, we want to size them down. So let's say $70 instead. And then on your A trades, we want to size them up to like $130. So this is how you can scale up strategically. So on your best trades, which is you got to collect these data, you size up and you make much more money. And for many people, if you do separate A trades and B trades, most of the time the B trades are not even profitable. And you should just take the A trades, and then you'll see, oh yeah, if I just sized up on my A trades, I took a little less trades, I would be so much more profitable and I would be super consistent. So just trying to delete the B trades, the C trades, and you're going to be good. But for that to be a reality, you have to be able to separate them. So this is another thing, scaling sustainably is the difference between progress and burnout. And this is, I always talk about this. I see it all the time. I did it. So first you wanna get one withdrawal, 1,000. Then we're gonna do 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just go slowly up so that your nervous system can start to handle this, and you can start accepting that. All right, yeah, I'm a trader. I make $1,000 a month, And I hear traders talk about this every time, but it's like everyone's just like, "Ah, whatever, I don't want to hear that." But if you find yourself boom and busting, most of the time it's that your nervous system can't handle the success that you're trying to put onto it. If you've never made $10,000 in a month, and you're gonna now make $10,000 a month from trading for 1 hour a day or 10 minutes a day, 30 minutes a day, just know that there is resistance in your body. But if you're someone who earns $3,000, $4,000 a month, and now you start making $1,000 a month from trading, and you put a lot of time, you put a lot of effort into it, and you make $1,000, you are going to accept that as a win. You're like, but the problem is when you go from $1,000 to $10,000, and then you scale up, you buy more accounts, you do this, you scale up, you have a bigger size, and then you're gonna come in to a drawdown, and then you're going to start asking yourself, what am I doing? I have no idea what I'm doing with trading. I just want to give up. I hate my life. I lost all my accounts. I was so close to a big payout, and boom, you're gone. So just sit with yourself and ask yourself, why am I trying to be so impressed with myself? Who am I trying to impress? Who cares about me making $10,000 this month? Or should I actually aim for becoming sustainable? Should I try to aim for starting with $1,000 and then going to maybe $2,000, $3,000? And scaling that up slowly so that I can actually handle the $10,000. We put so much effort into this medal here, which is trophy. If I take this payout out, I'm a profitable trader. I can tell my partner that I made it. I can tell everyone that I made it. I can feel like a success finally. And maybe you never succeeded in a business before, or you've never been a good trader, and now you're so close to $10,000 in a withdrawal. But the problem is you're going to self-sabotage. Your brain is directly connected to the two clicks you can do, is buy and sell, and your whole identity is going to be invested in that trade that takes you from $9,000 to $9,500 in withdrawable profits. So you are going to self-sabotage. But if you already knew that last month I did $9,000, and this month I'll take some good trades and I'll make $10,000, it's not going to be a problem. But you have to regulate your nervous system. And my old trading coach, he always said, for every winning day that you have, you got to work a little bit more on yourself, which basically means that if you're doing well, you got to work more on yourself. You got to meditate more. You got to do more breath work. You got to work out harder. You got to you got to be able to regulate these emotions, because it's crazy. You have to regulate your nervous system. That's the thing that gives up the first. And the prop firm knows this. They know that when you have more accounts, you're more inclined to self-sabotage. So step 5, when you've been through this and you understand that, all right, I'm just going to take it slow because slow is fast, then you got to start building proof. And here's just some different things, which is basically like speaking out loud that you're a trader. I am a trader. What do you do for work? Yeah, I'm a trader. I just trade for an hour a day. That's what I do. I take my money and go out, collect data, Monte Carlo simulations, trade journals, affirmations, having a community that you can share your wins in, having a gratitude journal for like how well you traded. I love creating trading statements, which is basically what kind of trader you are. I'm a consistent trader because I do this, and I do that because I is taking care of myself and my family. Using GPT to validate good versus bad tradings. A journal for me now is not so much about collecting the data anymore. It's much more for me to validate myself on bad trading days that, all right, actually, I'm very sustainable and consistent. And this is just a small drawdown. Because if you don't have a proof, it's so easy to fall back and be like, okay, I suck. I shouldn't be trading. I'm the worst. But if you do have a proof, a journal or something, it's so much easier to get back on. I am a professional trader. That was a bad day. I made some mistakes. I'm coming back tomorrow, and I forgive myself. So consistency built on small, repeatable wins, and repeatable wins are wins that are inside a system, something you can track. Why most traders fail prop firms. So first of all, overtrading. As I said before, the best traders take one or less trades per day. If you can get down and understand that you can make a living from one trade a day, if you can't, at least understand the statistics and see what the traders are doing, what the winning traders are doing, and just try to replicate that as much as you can in your own trading. Try to focus more on understanding your own personality, which is also what we do with all our traders. Is we go in and understand what their kind of trading personality is, so that we can create a system around your trading personality. Maybe you're not inclined to emotional volatility, so then maybe you're better as a scalper. But if you feel like after one or two trades you're like completely worn out emotionally, like I am, then you should maybe just take one or two trades a day maximum. Understanding that a high win rate on prop firms with a pretty low RR is the easiest way of not going into deep drawdowns. And it also means that it's the easiest way to be consistent in payouts because of the consistency rules and the minimum winning days. So that's what I do. And then again, trading for stimulation and not results. So being a gambler instead of just looking at, okay, how much money do I make if I just take the A plus trades every day? So look at that and see what that means for you, and see how many accounts do you need to make a living from this. And most of the time you need 1 or 2 accounts to make a full-time living. You don't need 5 accounts. You don't need 10 accounts or 20 accounts that Apex offering. You never need that. And the more accounts you put on, the more problems you're gonna have at the start of your trading journey. So what works for us and our traders is high win rates, which means you can take bigger size because your drawdown is often shorter. So that means fewer trades, bigger size, lower targets. We also use, most of the time with most of the traders, we have strict trade limits. So we start to focus on quality setups instead of trying to catch every move. We try to catch the easy moves, the easy trades, so to speak. So strict trade limits, which is like 1-2 trades a day most of the time, and always using data-driven decisions, things we know work for sustainability, which is 8 trades again. So let's just stop bullshitting ourselves, like Matthew McConaughey says, and let's just go with what works. Let's just trade what works, what makes us money instead of what stimulates us. So this is my invitation to you, to go through this trading roadmap and build your foundation, find your edge. And really, starting with finding your edge, you can start recording yourself, or you can work with us. We have a program now for $199 to work with us for 1 week. We'll help you build your system or your one-pager trading and find clarity in your edge. And then we'll watch you trade. You'll have a coach right behind you watching you trade, and we'll figure out what you need to do and find your triggers, find your emotional triggers, and see what you need to do to get to sustainable consistency in your trading. And then master your emotions, which is what we can help you with too, or you can do it yourself by recording your trade session or having a friend watch you trade, and then scaling up your A trades, scaling down your B trades, and having a no trade. And then number 5, building proof, which is basically building your whole trade life around your trading, which is everything to validate that you're a good trader. So again, yes, this is what I just said. If you want to work with us, we have a 7-day program, personalized routine, edge discovery, real-time feedback, and extreme accountability. That's what I'm most excited about, is extreme accountability. Because most of the people that we work with, and for myself, the biggest problem is we need accountability. We need someone that cares about us not winning. We want someone we want to feel accountable for something, because when we're alone clicking on these buttons. No one really cares if you do some mistakes. And you also know at the back of your head that if you have a bad trading day, you can just hide it. You don't even have to post it. So what we do is we create that accountability. You can't hide your trading demons. You have to face them. You have to see your trading demon, your over trading demon in the face, and just say that, okay, this time I'm not gonna listen to you. I'm not gonna do this. I'm gonna change my behavior. So again, consistency is not about being perfect. It's about you showing up every day with intention and focus, which is your system, your process, and knowing what you want from the market today. And you don't need perfection to make money. Most of your trading strategies have an error. Like, you can make mistakes. I'm still making money. I'm still making mistakes in my trading, and I'm still making money. But if you can find your triggers, you can stop making the big mistakes so that you can make small mistakes and allow yourself them and still make money. So thank you so much. If you want to catch up, if you have any questions, send me a message on YouTube or on Instagram. on mortgage trading. And thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed this and that you got some awesome knowledge from this. And if you want to work with us, just I think there's a link down below. You can book a call, and take good care and have a nice day. Thank you.